Welcome to Global Academy Institute of Technology Foundation Incorporated. We're bringing community development with quality education for progress. This is Creative Nonfiction Quarter 2, Week 1 to 2. Learning Objective. Use the different elements, techniques, and literary devices of drama to evoke meaningful and relevant responses from readers. Understand intertextuality as a technique of drama. Elements, techniques, and literary devices in drama. But first, what is drama? Drama or play is a piece of writing that is presented almost exclusively through dialogue. The word drama comes from the Greek word dran, meaning to do or to act. Hence, drama, like other forms of literature, which imitates life, is a form of literature which is played in the theater, in which actors or actresses take the roles of the characters, perform the action, and express the written dialogue. It is designed for presentation on the stage by actors who act the parts of the characters of its story, and among whom the narrative and the dialogue are distributed. Drama generally takes the form of theater performance, but it can as easily be transferred broadcasting to a home television screen or to the printed page. Finally, drama mirrors the life, customs, manner, and general living habits of the people. Elements of drama. Characters. These are the people or actors who portray roles in a play. It is the characters who move the section or plot of the play forward. Setting. This identifies the time and place of the story. It consists of the historical period, the moment, day, and season in which the incidents take place. It also includes the sceneries in the performance. Plot. This refers to the action who also connotes the sequence of events in the story. Kinds of plot. Dramatic or progressive plot. It happens in chronological structure. Episodic plot. This consists of series of loosely related incidents, usually of chapter length. Parallel plot. This consists two or more dramatic plots that are usually linked by a common character. Flashback. This structure conveys information about events that occurred earlier. Elements of plot. Exposition. At the beginning of the story, characters, setting, and main conflict are typically introduced. Rising action. The main character in crisis and events leading up to facing the conflict begin to unfold. The story becomes complicated. Climax. At the peak of the story, a major event occurs in which the main character faces a major enemy, fear, challenge, or other source of conflict. The most action, drama, change, and excitement occurs here. Following action, the story begins to slow down and work towards its end, trying to loose ends. Resolution of denouement, also known as denouement. The resolution is like a concluding paragraph that resolves any remaining issues and ends the story. These variations depends on two key factors, the intention of the writer and the significance of the reference. Obligatory. The writer deliberately invokes a comparison or association between two or more texts. Optional. Has a less vital impact on the significance of the hypertext. Accidental. It is when readers often connect a text with another text, cultural practice, or the personal experience based on his or her prior knowledge. Citation happens when the author is borrowing an idea or phrase from someone else. It is about giving credit to the original author. Allusion is a particularly common form of deliberate and intertextuality. It's when one text makes a deliberate but subtle reference to another. Plagiarism is stealing another person's work without giving them proper credit or permission. Parody, an imitation of another text or satirical purpose, usually to mock. Critiquing creative nonfiction. Recognize the characteristics of the critic, peer edit and revise others' draft based on well-written creative nonfiction, and write a mini critique of peers' work. What is critique? Critique is a systematic way of analyzing written words. It came from the French word critic, which is the ability to decide the importance of something. It is a form of giving reaction and personal assessment as feedback on what you read. By critiquing, you are critiquing skills in reading and writing as well as helping fellow writers to improve. Although you may not be a professional writer in peer critiquing, by giving your response as a reader of a text, your feedback is acceptable, it will be appreciated, and by the author, as you can easily identify the strength and weakness of the writing. Thus, comment objectively and respectfully. Why the critic? How do you critique? In critiquing, regardless of the type of creative nonfiction, consider the following. Content. Consider the topic, the way the topic is developed, like the clarity, its scope, subcategories, amount, and type of examples, anecdotes, evidence, etc. Organization. Consider the next introduced and concluded, whether the thesis is located in the most helpful place, direct or implied, how it is structured, whether order or extent of development is successful, as well as how individual paragraphs are organized, clear topic, sentence, appropriate and concrete evidence, logical organization of evidence. Style. Style can refer to the overall style, whether to the tone is appropriate, humorous, serious, reflective, satirical, etc., whether you see sufficient and appropriate variety, factual, analytical, evaluative, reflective, whether you use sufficient creativity, correctness. Correctness refers to grammar, punctuation, and form of creative nonfiction. What are the steps in writing a mini critique? Annotate as you read. Note the writer's main point or thesis statement. Divide the text into sections of thought and write a summary of each thought in your own words. What are the parts of mini critique? Introduction. Start your mini critique with sentences giving the following information: writer's name, the title, and source, if any. Thesis statement. Summary. Summarize the author's purpose and main points or evidence cited that are used for backup. Evaluation. Develop an understanding of the main argument or purpose being expressed in the work. Consider how the work relates to the broader issue or context. State whether the writer is successful in making his or her point. Conclusion. You may wrap up your creative nonfiction mini critique by stating whether you agree with the writer or what part of the text made an impact and deep expression on you. Back up your decision on agreeing or disagreeing or state your reasons. And lastly, give your general opinion of the work. That would be all. Thank you for listening and for having your time with me.